Hello friends, welcome to Abhipedia. My name is Manish and in this video we are going to discuss the multiple choice questions on public administration and development. अगर आपने इस सीरीज की बाकी वीडियोस नहीं देखी हैं so please subscribe to the channel and you will find all those videos on this channel. So this is the seventh lecture in this video series in which we are discussing the multiple choice questions on public administration and development. तो जो एम्प्लॉई स्टेट इंश्योरेंस कॉर्पोरेशन का डेप्यूटी डायरेक्टर का एग्जाम होने वाला है उसमें पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एंड डेवलपमेंट एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट प्ले करता है and we here are trying to discuss MCQs so that you get an idea what kind of questions can you expect in that exam. So let's get started. Question number 1. Efficiency record method for determining the merit for promotion is practiced in which country? So efficiency record method simply means कि civil servants जो हैं या जितने भी public employees हैं उनकी efficiency को record किया जाता है and based on that a merit is prepared and based on that merit promotion is done. So in which country is the efficiency record method of promotion practiced? Options are A. USA, B. France, C. UK or D. Japan. The correct answer here is A. USA. So in USA this system is followed और ये काफ़ी अच्छा system माना जाता है. But in India we follow a mix of both seniority as well as merit. So we do not actually follow efficiency record method because we also give due credence to seniority. And of course there are other factors like reservation as well. Question number 2. Officials make work for each other. ये एक काफ़ी satirical statement है एक organization के लिए. So administration में officials make work for each other. ये statement किसने कही थी? A. Peter Drucker, B. Ramsay Muir, C. Parkinson or D. H. Feiner. See, administrative thought is an integral part of public administration and development. So it is important for us to know some really important statements, some really important books written by important administrative thinkers. And this is of course a very prominent statement made by Parkinson, and it sheds light on the inefficiency in administration, that how officials make work for each other sometimes when it is not even required. So C. Parkinson is the correct answer. Question number 3. थोड़ा सा Indian administration की तरफ आते हैं. The constitutional safeguards to civil servants in India are ensured by which article? Article 310, 312, 311 or 315. Basically the services under the Indian Constitution are all mentioned in Part 13 of the Constitution. So Part 13 में ये सारी की सारी जो services हैं ये mentioned है under the union as well as under the states. And to the civil servants, either under the central services or under the all India services, there are certain safeguards which have been provided. For example, they cannot be removed or dismissed from service without giving them an opportunity to explain their side, which is also a principle of natural justice. But the point is, under which provision of the Constitution is this actually stated? So this is a factual question. इसका answer है C. Article 311. So some of the important articles of the Constitution you should know that are specifically related to either district administration or state administration, central administration, financial administration or personal administration. So this particularly is a part of the personal administration. C is the correct answer. Question number 4. Again a question from the Constitution of India. Mandamus is a writ issued by the court for what? A. Asking a public official or any authority to perform legal duties. Okay. B. Inquiring into the legality of a claim of any person to public office. C. Asking a person who has detained any other person to appear before a court. Or D. Against any lower court not to do any excess of their jurisdiction. See, all these 4 are the writs mentioned under Article 32 of the Constitution, which is a part of Part 3 of the Constitution, that is fundamental rights. So fundamental rights में 5 writs mentioned है under Article 32, under which the citizens of India can directly approach the Supreme Court for the redressal of their grievances. So देखते हैं एक एक करके. Mandamus actually is a Latin word. Actually the word mandamus means command or we command. That means the court is commanding a public official or an authority to perform his or her legal duty. जो ड्यूटी उसकी लीगली बनती है वो परफॉर्म करने के लिए उसे बाइंड करना मैंडेमस रिट का एक फीचर है. सो दैट मीन्स ए इज योर करेक्ट आंसर. बाकी सभी स्टेटमेंट्स को भी देखें. सो दे आर ऑल्सो द करेक्ट आंसर्स टू डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ रिट्स. लाइक स्टेटमेंट बी, enquiring into the legality of a claim of any person to public office. This is the writ of quo warranto. The writ of quo warranto. By what warrant or authority are you holding this particular office? Statement C, asking a person who has detained any other person to appear before a court. This is the writ of habeas corpus, the most important writ under Article 32. Habeas corpus means to bring the body. That means when a person is illegally detained, the court can issue this writ to the authorities and ask them to produce that detained person before the court. This is the writ of habeas corpus. And fourth, against any lower court not to do any excess of their jurisdiction. This is the writ of prohibition. The writ of prohibition. And then there is another writ called certiorari. These are the 5 writs under Article 32. And all these powers are also there with the high courts under Article 226. Question number 5, a bit complicated question, typically that of a UPSC level. The features of Indian federal system are what? जब भी हम Indian federalism की बात करते हैं, that means we are talking about the division of powers between the center and the states. तो इनमें से कौन कौन से features हैं जो Indian federalism के features हैं? Mind it, the question is not asking you the features of federalism. The question is asking you the features of Indian model of federalism. तो कई बार question को पढ़ते हुए अगर हम थोड़ा सा भी कोई keyword skip कर जाएं, the entire answer can be totally different. So the question is not asking you about the in general features of federalism. The question is asking you about the features of Indian model of federalism. Options are number 1, division of powers. Number 2, separation of powers. Number 3, independent judiciary. Number 4, leadership of the prime minister. Number 5, written constitution. तो इनमें से कौन कौन से हैं जो इंडियन फेडरलिज्म के फीचर्स हैं? पहला है डिवीजन ऑफ पावर्स. सो यस, दिस इज करेक्ट बिकॉज सेंटर एंड स्टेट्स हैव डिवीजन ऑफ पावर्स. अंडर Schedule 7 of the Constitution, there are various lists under which the subjects of the center, the state are separately mentioned, and in fact there is a third list called concurrent list जिसमें वो सब्जेक्ट हैं जिस पे दोनों ही सेंटर भी और स्टेट भी लॉ बना सकते हैं. सो येस, पावर्स आर इक्वली, नॉट इक्वली, but powers are divided, although they are more in favor of the center, and that has a different reason, but division of powers is there. Second is separation of powers. Now see, separation of powers is there in the Indian Constitution, but it is not in context of federalism. It is in context of organs of the state. There are 3 organs of the state: legislature, executive and judiciary. Legislature is the organ that makes the law. Executive is the organ that implements the law. And judiciary is the organ that keeps a check on both the legislature and the executive. So वहाँ पर separation of powers आती है. So in context of federalism, this is not correct. तो चाहे ये अपने आप में सही statement है that Indian Constitution endorses separation of powers, but not in context of federalism, in context of the organs of the state, legislature, executive and judiciary. तो ये statement गलत हो जाएगी. Third, independent judiciary. क्या independent judiciary ज़रूरी है एक federal system के लिए? Absolutely. क्यों? क्योंकि डिवीजन ऑफ पावर्स है सेंटर और स्टेट में, तो अगर उनमें कभी भी डिस्प्यूट होगा तो उसे सॉल्व करने के लिए इंडिपेंडेंट जुडिशरी ज़रूरी है. सो विदाउट इंडिपेंडेंट जुडिशरी फेडरल सिस्टम कैन नॉट एग्जिस्ट फॉर लॉन्ग. सो येस, थर्ड इज करेक्ट. फोर्थ, लीडरशिप ऑफ द प्राइम मिनिस्टर. No, it is not correct. Leadership of the prime minister is only at the central level. At the state level, it is the chief minister who is the leader. तो ये लीडरशिप ऑफ द प्राइम मिनिस्टर जो है ये पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट का फीचर हो सकता है, लेकिन फेडरलिज्म का नहीं. A written constitution. This is also an absolutely necessary feature of federalism. क्योंकि रिटन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से ही हमें पता चलेगा कि सेंटर को क्या पावर्स दी गई हैं और स्टेट को क्या पावर्स दी गई हैं। अगर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन रिटन नहीं होगा, जैसा कि इंग्लैंड में है, तो वहाँ पर स्टेट्स जो हैं वो अपनी पावर सेंटर से डिराइव करेंगी, विच इज़ नॉट what federalism is about. Federalism is about a single source and both center and state deriving their powers from the same source. So written constitution is absolutely necessary. So 1, 3 and 5. D is your correct answer. अगर एक written constitution ना हो तो federalism का चल पाना बहुत मुश्किल होता है, because in that case the center has the constitutional making power and the center can concentrate all the powers into itself. Question number 6. In which of the following articles of the Constitution is the term cabinet mentioned? Cabinet जो है, cabinet एक ऐसा word है जो Constitution में पहले नहीं होता था. Although we usually use the term union cabinet, state cabinet, but you will be surprised to know that the word cabinet was not there in the original Constitution. तो इनमें से किस article में cabinet mentioned है? Cabinet का मतलब क्या होता है? Cabinet at the center means Prime Minister and some ministers, some important ministers which are chosen by the Prime Minister. This is basically a smaller body or smaller nucleus within the larger council of ministers to take day-to-day and all important decisions. So for example, central level पे Prime Minister के अलावा 60 से 70 ministers होते हैं, but it is not possible that all those ministers are made a part of day-to-day decision making. सो प्राइम मिनिस्टर अपनी कन्वीनियंस के अकॉर्डिंग कुछ 5, 6 या 10 लोग ऐसे चुनता है उन काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स में से हु टेक डे टू डे डिसीजंस अलॉन्ग विद द प्राइम मिनिस्टर. तो वो छोटी एक स्मॉलर बॉडी विद इन द काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स इज नोन एज कैबिनेट. सो इन विच आर्टिकल इज कैबिनेट मेंशन्ड? आर्टिकल 74, 75, 352 और नॉट मेंशन्ड एट ऑल. अगर हमने ये क्वेश्चन 1976 से पहले किया होता तो इसका आंसर होता डी, नॉट मेंशन्ड इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, क्योंकि उससे पहले तक ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में मेंशन नहीं था. बट इन 1976 देयर वाज एन अमेंडमेंट इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एंड दिस वर्ड वाज एडेड in Article 352. Basically, the 44th Amendment to the Constitution in 1978 added the word cabinet, क्योंकि 1975-76 में नेशनल इमरजेंसी लगाई गई थी जो कि काफ़ी आर्बिट्रेरी थी, उसकी शायद ज़रूरत नहीं थी. बट आफ्टर दैट गवर्नमेंट वॉज आउस्टेड विच वॉज लेड बाय मिस इंदिरा गांधी, the new government came into power and they made some changes in the constitution so that without the written approval of the cabinet the president cannot impose national emergency. तो इसलिए यहाँ पर word cabinet add किया गया, that in article 352 if national emergency is to be imposed it has to be on the written recommendation of the prime minister and the cabinet. तो इसलिए यहाँ पर ये word mention किया गया. So article 352 actually deals with the national emergency. Then question number 7, a public corporation is, this is a very simple question, is it accountable to finance ministry only, partially accountable to parliament, not accountable to parliament or totally accountable to parliament? एक public corporation होती है जिसमें 50% से ज़्यादा stake गवर्नमेंट के हाथ में होता है, तो पब्लिक कॉर्पोरेशन की अकाउंटेबिलिटी किसको बनती है? इट इज़ टोटली टू द पार्लियामेंट. सो डी हियर इज योर करेक्ट आंसर, इट्स अकाउंटेबल टू Parliament. Question number 8. The impeachment proceedings against the president for violation of the constitution can be initiated in which house? अगर president of India को impeach करना हो या हटाना हो तो उसके लिए motion किस house में move किया जा सकता है? A. The Lok Sabha, B. The Rajya Sabha, C. either house of parliament or D. the Supreme Court. देखिए, प्रेसिडेंट को रिमूव करने के लिए मोशन किसी भी हाउस में मूव किया जा सकता है, इन आइदर हाउस ऑफ पार्लियामेंट. द रिक्वायरमेंट इज कि उस हाउस की टोटल स्ट्रेंथ का 1/4 मेंबर्स उस हाउस के प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर को रिटर्न में ये प्रपोजल सेंड करेंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल, तो लोकसभा की अगर टोटल स्ट्रेंथ 550 है तो 550 का 1/4, और राज्यसभा की स्ट्रेंथ 250 है तो 250 का 1/4. इतने मेंबर्स अगर रिटर्न में लोकसभा के केस में स्पीकर को और राज्यसभा के केस में चेयरमैन को अगर लिखकर ये प्रपोजल देंगे, ओनली देन द मोशन कैन बी इनिशिएटेड. So it can be proceeded in either house of parliament. C is your correct answer. Question number 9, planning commission was set up. Planning commission इनमें से किस तरीके से सेटअप की गई थी? A, under the Government of India Act 1935, B, as per the provisions of the Constitution of India, C, by a cabinet resolution, or D, as per the recommendations of National Development Council. प्लानिंग कमीशन एक बहुत ही अनकन्वेंशनल तरीके से सेटअप की गई थी, ना तो ये किसी एक्ट के अंडर एस्टैब्लिश हुई थी, ना ही ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी है, और ना ही इसे एनडीसी की रिकमेंडेशन पर सेटअप किया गया था. इट वाज सेटअप बाय अ कैबिनेट रेजोल्यूशन, ऑल्सो नोन एज executive resolution. That means the president simply issued an order and the planning commission was set up in the year 1950. And with the same method, planning commission was dissolved also and Niti Aayog was established. So it is by an executive resolution. Last question number 10. The duty of finance commission is not to recommend. So financial administration का important part होता है. The duty of finance commission is not to recommend. The key word here is not. इसका सिंपल मतलब ये है कि इनमें से 3 ऐसे ऑप्शंस हैं जिन्हें फाइनेंस कमीशन रिकमेंड करता है, लेकिन एक ऐसा है जिसे फाइनेंस कमीशन रिकमेंड नहीं करता और नहीं कर सकता. वो कौन सा है? ए, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ टैक्सेस बिटवीन द यूनियन एंड स्टेट्स. ये तो फाइनेंस कमीशन का ही काम होता है. सेकेंड, डिटर्मिनेशन ऑफ प्रिंसिपल्स विच शुड गवर्न द ग्रांट्स इन एड फ्रॉम द सेंटर टू द स्टेट. ये भी फाइनेंस कमीशन रिकमेंड करता है कि वो प्रिंसिपल्स क्या होंगे जिनके बेस पे सेंटर अपने टैक्सेस का कुछ शेयर स्टेट्स को डिवॉल्व करेगा. सी, कंसिडरेशन ऑफ न्यू आइटम्स ऑफ रेवेन्यू टू बी एलोकेटेड टू द स्टेट्स. दिस इज नॉट इन द परव्यू ऑफ द फाइनेंस कमीशन. वो नई आइटम्स को परव्यू में नहीं लेके आ सकता. फोर्थ, एनी अदर मैटर स्पेसिफिकली रेफर टू द कमीशन. यस. So C is your correct answer. This is not under the purview of the Finance Commission to consider new items of revenue to be allocated to the states. मतलब फाइनेंस कमीशन ये रिकमेंड नहीं कर सकता सेंटर को कि आपके पास ये जो रेवेन्यू आ रहा है इसे भी आप स्टेट्स को दे दीजिए. नो, दिस इज एक्स्ट्रा ज्यूरिस्डिक्शन और आउट ऑफ द ज्यूरिस्डिक्शन ऑफ फाइनेंस कमीशन. ऐसा अगर कभी कुछ करना है तो वो लोकसभा कर सकती है, बट फाइनेंस कमीशन कैन नॉट. सो C was your correct answer. Right, so these were some important multiple choice questions on public administration and development. Stay connected with us. If you want to watch more of our videos, do subscribe to the channel. Also, you can click on the link in the description below and you can check out our portal where you can download the PDFs of these classes as well. That is all in this class. Stay tuned. Thank you so much and take care.